This short self-guided resource will give you some pointers on doing some career exploration to hopefully find a career that's suitable for you. You will have the chance to think about your values, interests and motivations and how your skills are likely to influence your career choice. We will also consider tools and methods you can use to explore different careers. This famous quote from Confucius presents quite an idealised view of employment, but could also make the task of finding a career that's absolutely right for you pretty daunting. But there are ways of breaking down the task that can help you take steps towards making a well-informed choice. The ongoing cyclical approach I'm going to take you through today is that of self-reflection, research and gaining insight. As you go through your career, you might find yourself coming back to this ongoing process of reflection to help you make new choices as you come to different crossroads in your decision making. Before looking seriously into the opportunities out there, whether that's looking for jobs or the next step in your career journey, it's important to take a step back and do some initial self-reflection. Having self-awareness about who you are as an individual and what you're looking for in your future will help you make the right choices when deciding which opportunities to pursue. A starting point can be thinking about your career values or what is fundamentally important to you. It might be worth jotting down some ideas about what you're looking for in your career. This could be linked to the environment you're working in, the tasks you're involved in, or the people that you're likely to be working with. The ideas on the slides might help you to get started. Next, think about your interests and what will hold your attention in a job. This could be the sector in which you work, or it could be related to the types of tasks you'd like to do on a day-to-day basis. Think about different areas of your life, so study, work, hobbies, to assess what your career interests might be. The hexagon here distinguishes different types of tasks, so where would you put yourself on that hexagon, or do you have interests across the different sections? It's also important to think about what you can offer in terms of skills. What sort of job role do you think you would thrive in? We all have different strengths and weaknesses which could ultimately influence our success in a particular career. There may also be skills that you particularly want to use or develop in your next job role. There are some links to online resources at the end of these slides that will help you to consider these questions in more detail. But for now, to do some initial self-reflection, I'd like you to look at the following images and list some ideas and thoughts related to this image. Think about career values, tasks and skills on display, and do they align with your own career preferences or not, and why? I would advise you to spend some time doing that initial self-reflection before moving on to the research stage. You'll all be at different stages here. Some of you will have a clear idea about the job role you want to go into and will be starting to look into the current jobs market, whereas some of you might still be unclear as to the type of work you'd like to do. The next slides are going to take you through some resources that could help you at those different stages of research. So, having done your self-reflection and thought about your career, values, interests and your personality, there are some tools and resources that can use this as a starting point for generating career ideas for you. I'm not going to go through these in detail now, but you'll find links at the end of these slides or on the resource list on your Google Classroom. Based on your responses to quizzes or the things you've identified during your self-reflection, the tools will make suggestions of career roles that might be suitable or appealing to you. You can also research options based on the course that you're studying at the moment and what other graduates from that subject have gone on to do. Many people branch out and do something different or unrelated, but it can be useful to look into what career roles that might naturally follow the subject that you've studied. Researching the current jobs market, so looking into different sectors and different companies, can also give you some hints about realistic employment opportunities and could introduce you to job roles that you didn't know existed or are not usually highlighted on careers sites. Job vacancy adverts can also give you detailed insight into what employers are looking for in terms of experience and skills, and can help you to plan for improving your employability. Online resources and tools can be a really good starting point for starting to identify and learn more about the careers you're interested in. However, getting out there and chatting to people who are already working in those areas will potentially give you a deeper understanding and knowledge about what's involved in a career and how to navigate your way into it. Making connections and networking can be beneficial for your career on a number of different levels, and not just necessarily at the beginning of your career. Here are some ideas about what you can do to make connections and build up your professional support network. You might initially look at ways of networking online to find like-minded professionals, but I would be open to looking into attending any face-to-face events that could offer opportunities of career exploration, job opportunities, or for personal development or growth. To take things even further in gaining insight, think about trying things out, either through work experience or volunteering, or through observing others through work shadowing schemes. Benefits of this are finding out more about a job sector or role, testing out whether it's an environment you want to work in, or simply testing out a particular skill. This experience will ultimately lead into you doing more self-reflection and help you to confirm your career choices, or encourage you to return to researching an alternative career path. This presentation has briefly highlighted a simple approach you can take into exploring careers. As I said earlier, there is a list of resources that might help you in this approach, and it would be worth thinking about your next steps in creating an action plan. So think about where you are in that cycle and what would help you to move forward. So can you think of at least 3 smart actions that you'll take from today's session? A final message to end on is that choosing and following a career path is rarely a linear process, and you will probably have to reassess your choices a number of times throughout your career. The QR code on this slide will take you to a nice video that reiterates this message, so it's worth a look. Thanks for listening today, and please do get in touch or book a careers guidance appointment if you'd find it useful to discuss this with an advisor. Check out the resource list on the following slides or through your Google Classroom. Thanks.